Hey guys, my name is Sam. I've been a part of the Ad1 community now for about 6 months, and I'm always seeing questions and problems people are having with recording their videos. Now, I've never had an issue with this myself, and OBS is a huge reason why now. OBS is not a casual way of swearing for the English speakers here. It is actually open broadcast software. Now, it's a really great software suite. I've used it for streaming in the past and also for all my video recording needs, and this is even being done using OBS. So it's totally free and it's perfect for recording Skype or really any other Windows stuff on your computer. First, you've got to download it. That's really simple. Go to obsproject.com/downloads. The very top of your page, it's going to say select your operating system. I'm using Windows, so I've selected Windows. If you're using Mac, this tutorial may look a little bit differently. Click Download Installer. Download it and run it. It's a pretty small file. It's about 18 megabyte. Now, the only real question you may have during installation is if you need to download plugins. OBS may ask, do you want this plugin and this plugin? If you don't know what a plugin is, it's basically a cheat or a hack way, so to speak, to accomplish certain tasks. You won't need any plugins for what you're wanting to do, or really even for what I'm wanting to do, so go ahead and feel free to ignore that. Once you install OBS, you're going to get a picture that looks kind of like this. Now, first things first, your scenes window is going to be blank, so is your sources window. You want to add a scene. Right click, select add, and name it. A scene, think of this like a play. The scene is sort of the setting for everything else that's going to go on. Maybe you have a beach scene. Maybe you're at the zoo, and everything that happens in that scene is going to be contained in your sources. So name your scene something that makes sense. Mine is called Scene for Tutorial. Second, your sources are going to be totally blank right now. Now, why is Sam's not totally blank? Simple reason. If mine was blank, you actually wouldn't be seeing anything on the recording right now and you couldn't hear me. Speaking of hearing me, first thing you want to do is add your microphone. Right click, add audio input capture. Now, it's important that it's the audio input capture. What your computer hears you say is what it's capturing. Mine is already in there, and it's just simply named microphone. If you look at the properties, you may have several options. I have a webcam option, but the webcam is not a particularly great quality mic, so I'm using my little bit better mic, which the computer calls 3 USB advanced audio. Doesn't matter what your computer calls it, just make sure you're using the proper microphone. The second item in sources that you're going to see is where it says display cap or display capture. That's this little section down here with the scenes and sources and what have you. I'm actually recording this and then projecting it back in. That's simply so we don't get the inception of me recording the whole window and you see it repeated forever. Okay, ignore that. The sources is not important there. Now, you can hear yourself, you can record yourself with the recording button over there, but you'd just be recording a black screen and no other audio. How do we fix that? Okay, let's go to add and audio output capture. I see this problem a lot. Folks record the audio and then they never hear their tutor. This is why when you go to audio output capture and it says device default, select high definition audio device. This is basically your computer's normal speaker system. And after we add that, I'm going to give you a little demo on what happens when I play some music. Perfect. To test these settings as you go is great. That way you don't get to the end and realize there's a problem. So we know my audio output capture works. You could rename this and call it something like your tutor's audio or your music's audio. Anything like that. Now we can hear who we're working with. We can hear your voice on the recording and even some beautiful piano if you need to. What's next? Well, we probably need to see them. So let's go to Add again, and let's go to Window Capture. Let's go ahead and add a window capture called, I'm going to name mine Notepad. You can name yours Skype or anything else that you're looking for. And here it is. Okay? Now, if you noticed, I went ahead and selected a different window than was default. That's fine. Click the drop down menu here and select your Skype. That's what you want to do. Specifically your Skype call window. If you have it in a pop-out window, this is where you need to select it. Click OK. As far as capture cursor, this isn't important. If you don't want to see your mouse, get rid of it. If you do, it's totally fine. Now, okay, great. We can see something now. If this was video, we could see a video playing. That would be perfect. But you can see the size is not amazing. Maybe we want it really large, but it doesn't quite fit. You can see it goes off the edge there. Here's a little tip and trick for you that we'll use later. Scale it using the edge to close to where you want it, then hold left shift on your keyboard and drag an edge. What left shift does is it removes it from the auto scaling, and you can stretch the image a little bit. This gets rid of black bars. Now, if you're using a standard monitor resolution, not a square monitor like I am, it should scale to the full size of the screen. But if you're using a laptop or something that's a little bit squished on either side, using left shift and clicking and dragging is exactly what you want to do. So far, we've recorded you, we've recorded your coach or tutor. Now we've even recorded the Skype window. What's left? Okay, this is a bonus point. If you just did what we got to so far, you'd be totally okay. We'd have it all done. But if you want to make your video look a little nicer, here's a trick that you can do. But first, I have to go into OBS downloads and deactivate the webcam. And here is our scene. Voila! That looks much better than a blank black background and just our video. Now, how did I accomplish this? It's super easy. This is going to be really nice, and I hope to see amazing quality Add One videos coming out now with people using these tips and tricks. So we still have the display capture down here at the bottom. We still have our video capture device, which is me. For you, this would be another display capture with your Skype window, just like we talked about. And we have our audio output capture again, so if I play music, it will show up. And we have our microphone. This is all what we've done before. This is super straightforward. So what else do we have? Well, we have this label called border for webcam. What does it show up as? If we double click it, this is what we see is a PNG image. So PNG basically means for us today that it can be translucent somewhere, and for us it will be in the center, unlike a JPEG or a JPG, if that helps. So we have a PNG, and it's called Webcam Border Overlay. It's a pretty boring name, I know. How do we get one of these? How do we get this subtle edge to our video? That's very simple. Let's switch scenes again. we go back to this main page here. You see the display capture, and you're going to right click and select image. And that's what I did here. So we're going to go image, call it order for webcam 2. Click browse, and then go ahead and select your image file. Now when you do that, it's going to pop up on your screen somewhere. Now it might have the wrong size. Remember, we talked about this before. Here it is. Maybe it shows up like this, and you go, oh, this is terrible. I don't want that at all. So you're going to scale it down so it's close to your right size, and then you're going to go ahead and use shift, just like we talked about. Left shift, hold it down, click the edges of the window, and boom, suddenly you've got a nice little border in it. It just looks a little bit crisper. And then the second thing that we're looking at here is the tag I have called image. Now it's simply a black background. You can see there. If you prefer a different background, that's great. Go for it. I won't stop you. Go crazy. Pick a rainbow background, but do something fun. What this allows you to have is something that breaks up the black ugliness. It's not very cool or exciting or even good looking to have these big black bars on either side of your screen. So instead you can insert an image, and it's the same way, just like we did. To our scene by right-clicking again, selecting image, and bringing it just exactly like we did with the webcam edge. Okay, perfect. You've got all the right tools in your scene, but it might look something like this, and that's not very helpful, is it? Okay, so there's one more wrinkle we haven't gone over, and that's order of your sources. Right here, order of your sources. So the top layer you want is border for webcam. Next, display capture. Well, border for webcam 2 actually we can get rid of. Okay. Display capture, border for webcam. Video capture device is what I have for me. This is me, but for you this can be your Skype window. Next, image. Now image is our background here. And then finally, audio output capture or microphone. Now your display capture, for me, it's this window here at the bottom, and if you don't need to put anything else in your recording, you can ignore it. You can just pretend that display capture doesn't exist, and I didn't say to put it on top. But you can also do something pretty neat. So for example, you could pull up an image that had your tutor's name or the iTalk link, and then put that up on your computer, capture the display just like we talked about, and then move that to the bottom of your screen so you could have a little footer, for example. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to go crazy, totally ignore that. You don't need it. I'll even get rid of it for us here, or I'll move it to the bottom just in case we need it for a rainy day. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. Again, this is basically the order that you want to have it. Make sure your microphones are at the bottom, and then if it doesn't look right, just move the order. Once you get it how you like it, right click and select lock preview. This is going to mean you can't accidentally click and drag and screw anything up. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. My name's Sam, and happy talking, tutoring, coaching, and good luck everybody in your Add-On challenge.